Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. So in the last video we have learned that how we can set up the scenes or stages with prefabs. The another method of setting up the things is by creating the scenes or levels, and you can see that this is a training room scene. And if we go to training room scene, you can see that inside the training room scene we have training room prefab. Okay, and this training room prefab is placed on the 0, 0 and 0 position. Okay, so it's very simple. So if you want to create a new scene, we have to create a scene according to this prefab. Okay, so how we can do that? So let's create another training room. Let's duplicate this training room, rename it, and for the purpose I'm just using the graveyard demo scene only. So let's make it graveyard scene. Okay, so now we have a new scene here with the name of graveyard scene. So for the purpose we will just move back and we will just go to the supported assets drop down, and let's go to demo. So we have some demos here, demo 2 mobile, and for demo 1 is also there. So I think 1 is a little bit optimized for the mobile, you can see, but you can see very fantastic environment over here for the mobile itself. And if we move back demo 1, you can see that we have this demo 1 scene, and it will be very beautiful. Yeah, you can see, beautiful. So for the purpose I will use that mobile scene because it is quite brighter and lights and everything is in place. So let's play it again to test it out again, and you can see that this is a beautiful scene, and we can place our character here for the fight maybe. Okay, so let's select the train, and it has a train, and without train I think we can't implement this scene. And also the other things is walls, yeah, and graveyard walls, and the where is our camera focused, and let's go to the camera. Okay, cinematic camera, and you can see that it is focused on this area. Okay, and if we move, and it has bloom and global fog, etc. If we uncheck this, then let's play it to test it out. Yeah, without that it is also fine, no issue. So the thing is that our camera is focused on somewhere here. Due to lighting issue we can't analyze the things. No problem, we will solve this issue. So let's make a prefab from this scene. Okay, so let's create a empty object, and let's make it grave environment. Okay, and then we will just select everything, only the camera we don't need. So let's add the grave environment because camera is there as well already. So let's bring it here, and now we can just create the prefab. So let's go to the UFE, and here I will just create a folder prefabs. Let's make a first prefab, and then we can just go to the resources, sorry, demos, and then resources, shared assets, and then stages, and then we have training room 2D, and here is our scene. Double click on this scene, and now we will just move back again. UFE prefabs. Let's bring this prefab here. Okay, so now you can see that our prefab is here, and but the camera which we have is if we just search for camera, you can see we don't have any camera, and the camera will be focused on the 0 0 0 axis. Okay, so the training room is actually the thing which is the main point here. Okay, so if you will see here, we have to place our environment according to this prefab. Okay, so let's select the graveyard environment. It's quite heavy, I think, because it's now taking some time in the multiple tasks, etc. And then we will just move the environment like this, and like this, bring it to the right position, so where our character will fight. So we have to test it out manually, that which will be the best place for the character fight, but definitely you can delete certain irrelevant areas as well. So here you can see that I think yeah, it's not the straight point, so okay, so I think we can make it bigger a little bit if we want to do so, or we can zoom in, and yeah, it's not a very straightforward thing. So this area, this you can see this stairs and this middle area, we can set up it for the scene. Okay, and the other irrelevant things we don't need, or we can delete that things as well if you want, but for now I will just make it bigger. So just like this, and then we will just arrange this at the accurate point, accurate position. So let's bring it here. Okay, so now it's good, I think. Yeah, so now you can see that it is in the, and that limits where I want it. So let's bring it here maybe, and definitely we will just bring it little bit back here for the stairs, and then these trees we don't need. So before that, we'll just right click here and unpack the prefab completely. So just wait for some seconds. A little bit complicated because I just put it a complete scene along with the train, so don't be confused with it. You can try it in your way, but the main process I want to show you, that is the main thing. So let's go to unpack prefab completely, and then we can just delete the irrelevant trees. Okay, and that's great. So now everything is good, everything is in place. We don't need the irrelevant things. We can delete it. We can delete these trees as well, which will not be in the view, and irrelevant things we don't need for the purpose. And then we can just select the train, and the train should be plain. Okay, it should not be fluctuated. So let's bring it here before doing anything else. So let's bring it here and bring it here on the top. And you can see that we have some issue with the train plane train straighten issues we have. So no problem, we can go here, we can go the raise or lower the train, select the train and press shift, and let's bring it back like this, and until it will be straighten. Okay, then we will select the train again, bring it up, and now when you are happy with the train, then we can just adjust it to the right position, something somewhere here maybe. Okay, okay, here it is. That's great. So that's it, our scene is ready. So let's see how it will look like in the fighting game. So let's delete the irrelevant things. I don't want too much load in this scene. So definitely you will optimize your scene for the final game. I'm just for the purpose just showing you this thing. Definitely the main task is the 3D game. So anyhow, everything is ready. Now we can select it, training room, and let's hide the mesh renderer. Save it and let's move back. UFE, demos, and now we can select it, UFE manager, open global config, go to demos, shared assets, stages, and 2D. And here is the graveyard scene. So let's go to stages and let's duplicate the graveyard this training room scene. Let's duplicate it and let's make it graveyard scene, and definitely it is a scene file, so the path we have to give it to a proper path. So here you can see that everything is fine instead of the training room.unity. So here we will add graveyard scene.unity. okay, the name of this scene. So that's it. Now we are ready. So here also if you want to change the image, you can do so. So I don't know where is our image. Anyhow, let's click here and let's search for graveyard, and let's add the similar image. Sorry, graveyard image. Okay, anyhow I'm just adding it this for the sample. Definitely you can add the accurate one and save it. And now if we play the scene, you will see that hopefully our scene will be loaded properly. So versus CPU, and now we have graveyard prefab, training room, and graveyard scene. Let's click on this, and you can see we have an error, and this error is because we didn't have added this scene to the build settings. So whenever you will create a new scenes, you should have to add that scenes to the build settings. So let's go to the training room, build settings, and the position doesn't matter, you can add it anywhere, it will detect hopefully, and yeah, that's it. Let's try it again. Versus player versus CPU. Okay, this one graveyard scene, and yeah, that's great. You can see that we have a nice scene with everything in place, but definitely train is not as we want. So let's move back, graveyard scene, go to scenes, let's go to the train, and and then just go to the settings, and where is the option of the planning out the train. So definitely we don't need the train collider as well, because it has the collider, the plane has the collider, so you can delete this collider as well. And we want to flatten out the train, so yeah, set height, and then height will be 0 and flatten all. Okay, so that's great. So let's select the train again and okay, we are on the other side, I think. Yeah, we are not on the other side, actually the mesh was hidden, so we can't see. Yeah, now I think it's fine. So let's select the train again, and yeah, it's on the right position, I think. Okay, even we can resize the train as well, because we don't need a very bigger train. Train width and length is already fine, so no need for this. So let's move back and hide the mesh render, and let's move back again, save everything, and UFE demos, 2D fighter, demo fighter, play it again, and hopefully now the size of the train will be fine. And let's make it again, graveyard scene, and yeah, beautiful. Now you can see that we are here to fight, and everything looks good, and we have a nice train, we have a nice lighting is also fine, so we don't need to put out the lighting by ourselves. Yeah, now I will beat him. Okay, so anyhow, you can see that how we have learned in this video that how we can set up the scene properly. Definitely these are not the main task of our videos, and from the next video we will move further to the main section of our course, and where we will start setting up the 3D scenes, and then we will start learning out the most advanced things like magic attacks or combo attacks and a lot of other things, projectiles and a lot of other things. So from the next video we'll start exploring the 3D section, and that will be the main target of our game. Definitely you can implement that learning for the 2D fighter as well. So the same learning will be applicable to the 3D fighter and the 2D fighter as well. So that's it for this video. Next video we'll move further. Goodbye.